Okay, in this video I'm going to run up our enhanced telesales module, which was written for a customer who wanted a very sophisticated telesales module. They didn't want things in separate windows. They wanted it to integrate with Goldmine, which it does. So effectively they can schedule calls to a customer, press a button in Goldmine, flags up this enhanced telesales module. They place an order as quickly as possible and move on to the next call. Now, I said it was integrated with Goldmine. It can easily be integrated with most things because a simple command line call can pop up the telesales module with the correct account code already populated and select the transaction type. Here I've asked it to display any transaction type, so I'm going to select sales order. So like I say, normally you wouldn't see that, and of course normally you would probably have the account code pre-selected, so I can just go in and do a search. Now it's displaying there my general notes and my dated notes for that individual account. So I can review them before I proceed any further. So there could be some warnings in there or notes how to handle this particular customer's order. Next, when I press OK, it pops up with the delivery date. So this customer is actually on run number 33, and 33 is only delivered on Fridays. This is all set in a text file, so effectively we could have deliveries on Mondays, Tuesdays and Thursdays or something set up, and you would see the correct dates in there. So I can just click on there, that sets the date. I can enter the customer reference, I can click on the history tab, or I could press Alt I or something, and now you can see I have a spreadsheet like grid to order from. Down the left hand side I have the stock items, the unit of sale, the quantity, sales price and margin. So this is the sales price to the specific customer. All the discount matrix has just been applied to any prices you see in this column. We can also see if there are any purchase orders on the system allocated and the free in stock figure. So I can go down here and simply press 2 of those and 3 or 4 of those in response to the customer's answers. You can see also we have 2 lines here in a different color. That means they're out of stock, and you can see we have 5 in order, and I do believe across here somewhere we can actually see when that's next being bought in. Now as I move my cursor through this grid here, you can see information is being displayed at the top here. So here we've got the standard price and the sales price, and again this can be this grid here can be completely customized and rearranged. So some of these figures could actually be displayed in the lower portion, and indeed if I scroll to the right you'll probably see them there. In fact, indeed it will actually show you the last quantities they ordered broken down into periods and things, but they turned all that off. So here we're seeing we've got a spec sheet. So if we double click on the spec sheet, it would have gone off to the spec sheet if I'd had it on my network, because I'm on a test system, I don't have that data. This item here we placed 2. You can see there we actually have 3 and 4 free in a different location. So I've got that information without opening extra windows and things. So let's go across. So that's the history, everything they've ordered. You know, we can rearrange that in alphabetical and last date. Now I could go to the price list. Now the price list is basically whatever's in the discount matrix within Exchequer. So again, I can order 2 of those. Now if I click on the transaction tab, there's everything I've placed an order for. So I can review that back with a customer before moving to the footer. The footer gives me all the totals. I could type some notes into general notes, and I could please put at back door, would put an additional note on the bottom of the transaction. Now I can press finish. Again, I can review the delivery date. I can review the fact there's a sales order, etc. There is a add-on to take a credit card, and I can post that into Exchequer. So that's now just posted that transaction into Exchequer. On a different monitor it popped up the fact the sales order's been posted. So now if I go to their account, I've changed this addresses and things and hidden some of these figures slightly, but there you could see there is the area number. Now I must point out this was all implemented before Exchequer had tag number in the system, so we used area number at that point to process it. Indeed, they have a complete system that processes all the orders, which I may do another video, and I'll probably put the link below this video to see that in action. It works really, really nicely. Yeah, like I say, they have bespoke prices, so that was what we saw in the price list tab. And let's go and have a look at the sales order. So that sales order should be here somewhere, and there's my sales order that I just placed the order for, and there's the extra description. So you can see we placed that really, really quickly. Delivery dates all set, etc. So shall we just go back to the telesales modules, and we'll do the same account again. And I think I explained quite a lot of this. I wasn't going to go into so much detail, but so there we can see cost centers, departments that turn on various things. Oh, what you'd expect. Now we went to, I believe, the history, which displayed the history, and as I said, everything be rearranged. Now, if the item isn't on history and it's not on their price list, I can manually add it. So I can go in here and do what you'd expect. I can search for an individual stock item and enter that and put it on the order, and that's a discontinued item. So that would then order it to the order. Indeed, I can also set up bespoke lists, and it's not set up really for this data, but I can essentially define a whole tree, and the tree applies criteria to the stock. So for instance, I could have set it up so it lists all my alarms below, and the same grid as we saw in history, I'll just go through and place the order. Now this is the list. This can also be used. There's another tab that can be defined as special orders, so you can have exactly the same functionality but defining special orders. So you could put SP, say, in one of the user fields of the stock, and that would then define them onto the special orders tab. So again, you could review that with a customer, and I think it just appears before transactions, so you can sell any special offers. Tree here, I can actually work my way around the actual stock tree as represented in Exchequer, so we can find things very easily. History we saw. In fact, hang on, sorry, let's just go back, and because we're not actually placing any orders here, let's just pop some orders in. You can see there's the net price, and again, these could have all been rearranged, and I think you can go in and say save the layout. That saves the grid layout. So that's placed the order for them via the stock tree. And again, history, we can go into history, and it's now just warned me that we've already placed an order for that item, and it's outstanding. Because I think they had cases where customers used to ring up, and maybe two different people in the same organization would start placing orders for the same item, and then hence they had to go back and collect them because they were duplicate orders. So that gives them a warning. Search works by keyword, I believe. So if I type in C, we would find, well, we're actually looking for sea salt crisps. There we go, and we can find sea salt crisps. Now, as I go through, you can see wherever I've placed an order, the figure gets put back in. And what I was hoping to do is explain. Anyway, moving back onto the transaction tab. So that's the order that I've placed, and again, of course, I can review that. Depending on the settings, I believe you can alter the sales price. So that's just changed it to £30 to give them extra discount, and again that can be turned on and off. There I go to my final button. I can even apply discount to the whole transaction, I believe, so on and so forth. So quite fast and simple, lots of flexibility there. Hang on, that's just popped into there, and yeah, so that's the enhanced telesales.